Jett Lawrence, Perfectamundo, bro. What's up, my dudes? Had to come in here and make a video on this. I apologize, guys, for a little lack in videos there. I was on vacation for a week. Spency boy went plumb to Florida. All right. So, I was literally watching the last round at Ironman on an iPad in Florida with a beach background, okay? But, yeah, so Jett goes perfect, man. Rookie season. Had to make a video on this because this is kind of like real motocross history right here that was just made. Obviously, Ricky and old Stewie boy have the perfect seasons, but they weren't rookies. But Carmichael's the only one with 2 perfect seasons, so he still is kind of in his own category. I know that a lot of people are bringing up this thing of like, you know, Carmichael and Stewart have like the 24-0, but Lawrence is only 22-0 with his season because they ran one less round this year than they ran back in like the Stewart Carmichael days. I don't really think that makes any difference. I don't think it makes Jett's perfect season like any lesser than Stewart or Carmichael's perfect seasons. Now, if it would have been like as many rounds as when Zach Osborne won his championship back in, what was that, 2020, where it was like super fucking weird and it was like 3 rounds less, like 6 motos less than normal. If Jett would have went perfect on a season like that, I would have put a bit of an asterisk beside it, or a bit of a, you know, that just wasn't quite the same as like Stewart or Carmichael's perfect seasons. But the fact that it was only 1 less round, only 2 motos less, I just don't really see it as being anything different, you know, not really anything different. But yeah, man, one thing that's crazy about this is the fact that Jett Lawrence is already, I read somewhere, he's already like only 1 overall win behind Villapoto on the all-times wins list. That's just crazy, bro. Like, 1 season, dude's already there. Like, but, you know, dude, this is just going to get so interesting. Like, when Hunter Lawrence goes up to the 450 class, it's going to be like the Lawrence brother battles that we had in the 250 class last year all over again for, you know, the foreseeable future, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you got Tomac going to be trying to come back, but I'm not really expecting too much out of Tomac next year. I know a lot of people are expecting a lot out of him, but I just think Tomac's just trying to prevent his legacy ending on that weird, you know, ruptured Achilles incident, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think Tomac even thinks that he's going to come back and be just like super dominant over Jett Lawrence or anything like that. I think it is going to be more of like a Lawrence versus Sexton and like a Cooper Webb, you know, more than it is like versus Tomac next year. But that's just my own personal opinion. I think Tomac's going to be more of like a, I don't know, like a, you know, just a top 5 kind of guy next year. But, you know, Jett going perfect, man. I mean, I still stick behind what I said as far as had Tomac been there in outdoors and had Sexton been there every round in outdoors this year, either one of those guys, had they been there every single round, I really don't think Jett would have done this, you know? This is kind of like a bit of a, yeah, it's amazing, yeah, it's all these things, because he is a rookie, you know, that's what really takes it to that next level. But they said that Jett's been riding the 450, like training on the 450 since the very beginning of this year. So it's not like he just hopped on it and he don't know what the fuck he's doing, and, you know, it's not really like that. But I just think the 450 suits Jett better. You know, the riding style, I mean, everybody talks about it, right? But I think we've really seen the real proof of that, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I just think that, bro, this is a huck on reflex. Holy Spency boy. But, yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, it's impressive, but I really don't think that would have happened had Tomac been there. I just really don't see that happening. It's like, I feel like Jett is on that kind of like a next level, kind of like a Tomac or somebody, you know? But it's like, there just really wasn't the competition level there. I mean, yeah, you had Plessinger and Anderson but a lot of them guys were like coming back from injury, Barsha coming back from injury. And you know, you had Adam Cianciarulo out there, but like he's not really up to par, you know, with the arm numbness and all that kind of shit. He just can't really hang all the way through the motos. So the really only real like actually competitive dude against Lawrence on a 450 was Sexton, and he, you know, had his injury and was out for some rounds and then came back, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And then it got to the end there where I think there was some politics going on between Honda, you know, with Sexton leaving and Jett being like their new golden boy and all that kind of shit. I just think that it was kind of like Honda wanted to make some history with having like the first rookie perfect season. You know, that's something that'll live forever. Honda will be attached to that forever. I just felt like it was way more special for Honda to get that than it was for Chase Sexton to win one of the motos this year. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much like they were telling Sexton. I mean, I know there's a lot of like conspiracy around, you know, Sexton's bike not being as good as Lawrence's, like on purpose and all this stuff, you know. But I don't know what all happened behind the scenes, so I'm not going to sit here and just like act like I know everything, but it just seemed kind of weird is all I'm going to say. It just seemed a little fishy once it started getting like midways through the season, then towards the end where it would be like, you know, Sexton would start to catch Jett and then he would have like some of them damn near looked on purpose to me, like lose his front end type shit. I don't know. It just looked kind of weird to me. Like, I feel like if you'd have got the Chase Sexton from last year in outdoors this year, Jett would not have won every moto like that. I don't think it's like Jett is just so much on an absolute another level that no other dude out there can touch him. I don't believe that. I just feel like I feel like Sexton can be on that exact same kind of level or really close to it. He's just got to be having, you know, one of his better kind of years. And certainly Tomac can do that, but he wasn't there. So it kind of made Jett look like he was probably a little bit more on a whole nother level than he really was. But even with Sexton having all these issues and drama and Honda and all this crap, you know, he was still like right there, like 1 second behind Jett in that final moto. 1 second. You know, it's not like they're real far off from each other. You know, it's just Jett kind of was able to squeak through this year. I don't think he's going to do it again. I really don't. I mean, yeah, it is possible, but I just think it's like, you know, it's all in the competition level. It's all in that changes everything when it comes down to how it makes somebody look out there. You know what I mean? That changes everything. So, but like, I really don't think Jett's just going to go perfect next year in Supercross. We got obviously the Supermoto, Super Duper Cross shit coming up, right? But I don't think Jett's going perfect in all 17, whatever the hell, Supercross rounds next year. I just don't. I think this will be the only perfect season thing that Jett has. I think there was a lot of sort of luck on his side. You know, no bike malfunctions, none of that happened. What would have been his main competitor, you know, the champion from last year, you know, Tomac, you know, he wasn't even there. So it's like you take the main dude out and then you take the second place dude and kind of jumble his motocross championship up a little bit, and he's out for a couple rounds and shit, kind of off, and he's leaving Honda. It just opened up that perfect door where Jett just had to be pretty good to get, like, you know, historical results. You know what I'm saying? And he was. I just don't think it's like, had Tomac and Sexton been there every round, I really don't think Jett would have done this. I just don't. At all. Like, I think that would have been a fucking, like, 0.69% chance of Jett doing that with, you know, a healthy Tomac and a full-blown healthy Sexton there. You know what I'm saying? So either way, this will be fun to watch Jett, see what he can do. He's still, you know, quote-unquote undefeated on a 450 right now, but I don't think that's going to last much longer into Supercross. I really don't. Some of you out there think Jett's just going to keep going. He's going to go perfect like old Supercross season. He's going to keep going, like could get a perfect outdoor season, you know, in 2024. I think you're kind of dreaming a little bit if you're going down that sort of a road. I mean, I think Jett's going to be really good in Supercross, and he could win the championship, obviously, but I think this, like, Jett continuing to just be absolutely perfect is not necessarily going to continue that much longer. He could do it in Super Motocross, and he could go out and win A1. I'm not saying he can't do that, but to continue and continue and continue to do it, I don't believe it. I'm just not seeing it, you know. But yeah, we'll have to see how long Jett can ride out this, staying on Honda, and then Hunter coming up and being on Honda, the Lawrence brothers together on Honda on 450. That's going to be crazy, bro. But, yeah, this is impressive. It's history, baby. Jett did it, bro. You know, you can't take that away from him. It is what it is. He can't, you know, pick how many rounds there is. He can't, you know, pick who's there or who's not. So Jett did everything he had to do, you know, did everything he could to go out there and be perfect season. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Crazy shit. I didn't think we were going to see something like that. I really just didn't. But he just got out there pretty strong at the start of the year, I feel like is what happened. Like, Jett got out there, like, you know, some of his best tracks were like earlier in the season, and Tomac wasn't there, so I think that gave Jett some confidence. And then it, like, you know, Sexton started running into his issues right about the time where Sexton would have probably won a moto, you know. So then it kind of took him out, and then Jett just got more confidence because, like, dudes like Cianciarulo and, you know, like, I don't know, like, Ferrandis and some of them guys, they just weren't really there, you know. Ferrandis wasn't really the same guy when he won his 450 Moto Championship. Sexton really wasn't the same guy that he was last year. I mean, showed moments of it, but, you know, everything did really fall into place here for Lawrence, but he still had to, you know, jump on that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And he definitely did that. So, either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And I'll see you boys on that next one. Be expecting some more uploads here real soon. Spency boy back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Dogs, later, dudes.